In this video, I'm going over the top questions that you guys ask prior to moving here. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Living in Jacksonville. I'm Avery. I'm with American Home Team at eXp Realty. And as much as I love making these videos for you guys, I would love even more to help you with the real estate needs. So that phone number and email address popping up on the screen, I am the one that responds to all the calls, texts, and emails, and I would love to have a conversation with you. If we can help, we would absolutely love to. But today, we're talking about all the questions that you guys ask prior to moving here. And honestly, when you guys are visiting the area, I sit down, have a beer with you, or have a conversation, and y'all just ask all the questions that you can, and I absolutely love it. But I wanted to just share this video and those questions with people in the YouTube verse that may or may not be traveling here to North Carolina to get a lay of the land prior to moving. So this video is going to be a bunch of questions and answers, and I hope that you find value out of it. Let's go. All right, in question number one, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. What are the politics like in the area? Well, Eastern North Carolina, I call it purple, right? People carry guns. People are a little bit more conservative. However, everybody wants to be left alone. If you go into the city of Wilmington, it's more blue into the city, as it is with pretty much every city in the United States. And then the surrounding areas, the suburbs, are a little bit more red if we're talking about Democrat and Republican. That said, I call it purple because nobody really gives a shit, to tell you the truth. Everyone is friendly. Everyone just wants to be left alone to live their life. And honestly, that's what it's like here. So when you're out at the bar, at a restaurant, doing things with your kiddos, you'll find that politics aren't really ever brought up, unless it directly impacts someone's life or the immediate surroundings. Nobody really cares. So if you're coming from New York City, San Francisco, some of the very political climates around the country, it's best just to leave your politics in that city when you move here. Otherwise, people will kind of drive you out and make you hate the area. With that said, if you don't bring your politics and bring your ways with you, they'll love you. They will accept you with open arms, and you'll make a lot of friends. But overall, the political climate is very purple. Nobody cares, with the exception of carrying guns. Don't mess with people's guns, and you won't even know that they have it, honestly. So don't mess with guns. It's a purple area. Don't bring politics into Eastern North Carolina. Everyone just wants to be left alone. And moving on. All right, the next question that I always get is, what is the school system like in Eastern North Carolina? Well, to be honest with you, they're not really award-winning schools, right? There's some highly ranking schools like Topsail School District. So if you're in the Hampstead, Surf City area, or Rocky Point, even Pender County, you will benefit from the Topsail School District. And there's a lot of people that are moving to those areas specifically for the school district. It offers a lot of great sports, good academic programs, so on and so forth. But we're going to be homeschooling my daughter, so we haven't really looked too much into schools. However, with this YouTube channel, with clients coming all over the country, I've done a little bit of research, and what I find is that the closer to Wilmington you get, the better the school districts are on pretty much every website that you can find, with the exception of like Morehead City out the other way. But these schools are highly divided. And what I mean by that is, like, you attend one school district, or your kids do, and your neighbor might go to another school district. It's that close. Like, it's very divided as far as the school districts go. It makes it very hard to understand sort of the district lines and stuff. So as you're looking for homes in this area, what we will do, if you tell me you want to be within a particular school system, I will let you know, hey, this house is not in that school district, or you can go to this one or this one, right? So definitely ask that question, because sometimes realtors get it wrong in their listing. not intentionally, but they take the seller's word for it. And if the seller doesn't have grade school kids, then they don't really know, right? So definitely ask. We can do some research, pull those houses, pull those districts, and see what district your kids are going to be going to in a particular house. But it is not based on the neighborhood. So don't find a neighborhood, fall in love with it, and then assume that it's going to be going to Topsail school district. That's just not the case. Unfortunately, the districts are very weird around here. So definitely ask the question. All right, moving on. What is the job market like in Eastern North Carolina? Honestly, it's not the best. We are a bunch of very small towns with very small businesses. It's a lot of mom and pop businesses. There's not a ton of industry in the area. You'll find if you go into Wilmington with some of the bigger businesses, some of the bigger service businesses or trade businesses, it's very competitive. So you find people that are looking for a very long time in the job market just to find something that will pay the bills. With that said, there's a lot of jobs available, but with the influx of people that we've had, it makes it very competitive. And so what you'll find is that there's a lot of service-based business, including myself, right? Because everything else is very, very competitive, making it very hard to get into that role. Now, the pay scale is not very good either. The minimum wage here in North Carolina, I believe, is $7.25. It hasn't increased at all. And if you're coming from, New York, where the minimum wage is set at like $15 and McDonald's is paying $17, doesn't really make sense to move to the area if you're going to take a significant pay cut at minimum wage. So something to consider there, you got to be able to find a job prior to moving here because things do get crazy when you're looking at opportunities and income. All right, moving on. The next question is, what kind of activities are there around the area? As you can imagine, there's a ton of boat ramps, and boating is huge here. Whether you're looking to bring out like a little John boat or a pontoon or something that goes even faster or a big fishing charter boat, there's a ton of water activities as far as boating goes, and a lot of the coastal neighborhoods have in their HOA that boat ramp. So that is really awesome. Even if you don't have a boat, you can take advantage of that. In my neighborhood, we don't have a boat, but we do take our daughter. She rides her bike down to the boat ramp and we'll go hang out there for a couple of minutes and then go back. But at least, you can go and see some water, whether it's the river, the intercoastal, or if you're obviously lucky enough to have beach access at your house and you're on the beach, then obviously you benefit from that as well. But other than the water activities, there are a plethora of golf courses. So if you are a golfer, you're coming from up north and you get to golf maybe, 3-4 months out of the year, you get to golf year round here in Eastern North Carolina. It is a big thing. I went golfing for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I do plan on going and practicing and getting better so that when you guys travel down, I can go golf with you and I'm not making you feel bad hanging out with a noob in the golf scene. So golf is huge. There's a ton of master plan neighborhoods that have golf courses in the neighborhood. So if you're interested in that, obviously it does come with a price point, but those golf courses are incredible. With that, the cities aren't really your big, vibrant cities. So Jacksonville, Wilmington areas, not really your big cities. You don't really have a big, grand night scene like you would in some of the metro areas like New York City, San Francisco, Atlanta, Tampa, those places. But it is, you do get that laid back coastal vibe. Breweries, distilleries, a couple wineries in the area, restaurants, things like that. It's a very mature scene in the area. With that said, there's also plenty to do for kids, whether it's just going outside and enjoying the weather outside, whether it's in your yard or some of the walking trails or paths nearby, or the hundreds of parks that are offered in the area. I just had some clients in town the last couple of days, and they said every single corner that they turn, they see a park. And Yeah, because the weather is nice almost year round. Kids actually play outside. Kids actually go to the park. People are actually friendly here. So you will see a lot of that in this area. But kids can also benefit from some of the bigger amenities like jungle rapids, the trampoline park, the museums, museum of play, the zoos, the aquariums, that kind of thing. And then there's always the river walk that is downtown historic Wilmington. That's always fun just to go and explore the historic downtown area in Wilmington. And then the last thing I'll say is that a lot of these neighborhoods, especially if it's a master plan neighborhood, do have tennis courts. But the big thing that is popping up here over the last couple of years is pickleball. And so people will play pickleball year round here. It's a little bit of a low stress tennis, right? So you get people of all ages playing pickleball, enjoying it, and they're in their neighborhood, they're making friends. There's pickleball leagues, there's adult softball leagues, and then obviously there is the beaches. You can go and tan, you can go swim, you can do whatever you do at the beach, right? Always a good time, but there's a plethora of beaches in the area, from Emerald Isle to Topsail Island to Wrightsville Beach to Carolina Beach to Curry Beach, Oak Island, all the way down the coast. There's islands, there's beaches. It's just a great coastal lifestyle. But the one thing I will say is that there's not a ton of nightlife. So the dancing scene, the drinking scene, not a ton of that. It is a little bit more of a laid back and mature vibe here. All right, and the next question is, are there HOAs? Can I find a neighborhood without a HOA? The short answer is it's difficult. A lot of the neighborhoods around here do have HOAs that they are managed by. Not all of them are super strict. Not all of them even do anything except for maintain the sign and the landscaping in the front of the neighborhood. However, you're likely not going to find a neighborhood without an HOA. It just is what it is. Some won't let you store your boat at your house or your camper. Some will. Some have restrictions on the length of grass that you can grow, and some don't. So as we're going through the process of looking for homes, you are gonna wanna tell me whether or not you mind HOAs. Typically, the more strict of an HOA it is, the more amenities that are offered as well. So if you're looking for those pools, if you're looking for the tennis courts, maybe the golf courses, that kind of thing, it is probably gonna have a more strict HOA. If you don't want a HOA and you don't care for the amenities, then we can start, kind of looking outside of those neighborhoods and, kind of definitely looking into that realm. I can find you some homes with very non-restrictive HOAs or just no HOA at all. But to answer the question more directly, it's few and far between. There's HOAs in almost every neighborhood. All right, and the next question that I get asked all the time is, can you recommend inspectors, contractors, doctors, dentists, all of the services, right? Everything that you'll need in the area to, move here and get acquainted with the area and that kind of thing. Yes, I can, with the exception of your preferences, right? So I can tell you who we go through, who we use. I do have a network of professionals that offer things like contract work or inspections or septic services or plumbers, that kind of thing. And with that, I can tell you sort of what area is gonna have the most of your pediatrician's office, your doctor's offices, the hospitals, the schools, all of that stuff. I can give you those areas. Obviously, I can't point you in the direction of figuring out who's gonna be the best doctor for you. But as far as the home services, the plumbers, the contractors, roofers, gutter installers, that kind of thing, yes, I absolutely have a network of professionals I can refer you to. And I only work with people that haven't screwed me before, or any of my clients. So you can feel good knowing that you're in good hands by some reputable contractors. All right, guys, there it is. That is the majority of the questions that I get when y'all come visit to look around the area. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments or shoot me a text, an email, or a phone call. I would absolutely love to chat with you and answer any questions that I possibly can. And also, if you are looking to make a move to the area, whether it's 9 days or 90 days, I would love to chat with you. That phone number and email address on the screen, that is the best way to get into contact with me. And if we can help here, we would absolutely love to. But until the next video, guys, peace. Have a good one.